Hello everyone, this is Baljeet. I am a student of Environmental Land Management in Fleming College. We are here to represent our presentation on of the course 306 Laws and Legislation and Planning Registration. And I am going to represent my presentation with my friends Tejinder and Simran. And the title of our presentation is Green Energy Planning in Ontario. So, what is a green energy, and what are the types? Now, I will discuss briefly about the green energy and its type. Then come on the main topic. So, green energy is also known as renewable energy, the energy that is generated from natural and replenishable sources that do not deplete over time. These sources include solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, biomass, and tidal energy. Unlike fossil fuel, green energy sources are clean, emit little to no greenhouse gases, and have minimal impact on the environment. As the world continue to focus on reducing carbon emission, the green energy is becoming an increasingly important part of energy mix. So there are various kinds of the green energy. First one is solar power. Second, wind power, hydropower, geothermal energy, biomass, and biofuels. So this is a brief explanation of geothermal, geoenergy or green energy and its types. Now come on the main topic: explanation of green energy planning, Ontario. So what is the motive of this planning? The green energy planning in Ontario refer to government's effort to transition the province to cleaner and more sustainable energy supply. It includes strategies and policies aimed to reducing carbon emission and increasing the use of renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, hydro, and biomass. The goal of green energy planning in Ontario to reduce the province dependence on fossil fuel to build a more sustainable energy future. The green energy planning in Ontario is a process of developing the sustainable energy sources that have low environment footprint on Ontario for the benefit of economy, environment, and public health. The province of Ontario has several initiatives in place to promote green energy planning, including renewable program, conservation program, and carbon um, pricing policies. So, Ontario has several initiatives in place to promote green energy planning. First one is Clean Energy Act. Second one is Conservation Program. Third one is Clean Energy Initiative Program. And last one is Ontario Climate Action Plan. So now my friend Simon will discuss another part of the presentation.
Now, my friend already told you about the green energy in planning in Ontario. Here you about the framework, and my name is Simran. And if I talk about the framework of green energy planning in Ontario, it involves the various master plans and policies that helps in the regulations of green energy. Basically, it helps in the reduction of greenhouse gases, pollution in the environment, and also improve the air quality and lessen the impacts on the climate change. And there is also one ministry that helps to do such things, and the name of the ministry is Ontario Ministry of Energy, Northern Development and Mines 2019. That reveals the long-term statements elegance by the government of the green energy planning. And there are some of the associated acts and regulations of green energy planning in Ontario that basically help to acknowledge the things. The first act of the and the green energy planning in Ontario is the Green Energy Act 2009. That is important part of legislation, and this act provides a regulatory framework for the green energy planning in Ontario. By this act, we will acknowledge the rules and regulations for the development and maintenance of various renewable energy plants like solar panels, wind turbines, and also biogas facilities. Moreover, there is a second act that is also very helpful, and the name of the second act is the Climate Change Mitigation and Low Carbon Economy Act 2016. This act is specifically considered in the milestones, and this is all about the frameworks and the regulations and the acts of the green energy planning. So now I'm going to hand over the screen to the other friend. His name is Tejinder. He will gonna explain you about the rest of the things of the presentation.
So, hey, Al. Actually, already my two partners have discussed about some framework and associated acts and regulations. I will be continuing to the journal over with the process that, like, what is the process for to get approval for a green energy plant. Obviously, it is not like it is Canada, and just let me skip to the slide because, and here we go. Yeah, so green energy planning in Ontario generally follows some steps, generally six, to get approval for a new green energy plan. So the first one is basically starting with identification potential and the green energy source that you need to, like, obviously we have some type of source to start a plan. So then conducting feasibility studies. After studies has been done, capacity are assessed, prominent consultant consultation with affected stakeholders and communities, prepare and submit applications. The are the other steps. After that, obtaining necessary approvals and permits. Finally, construction get uh, working on. So this paragraph generally include those steps in briefly. If we have to go like according to the laws, there are some sections go through, for going through. Those are listed here. The section 6.1, basically introduction and regulatory process for renewable energy projects, which is providing an introduction to regulatory processes for renewable energy projects. The 6.2 describes the consultation and environmental approvals processes required for these projects. 6.3 give details regarding the renewable energy approval process and provide in this section. Next step, usually give environmental activity and sector registry and associated requirements are discussed here. 6.5, this section explains the environmental assessment process, especially for water power projects. 6.6, approvals and permit administration by the Ministry of Natural Resource and Forestry and departments are detailed in the section. 6.7 is the Ministry of Transportation approvals process required for renewable energy projects is discussed here. Next step, this section provides information about the Nutrient Management Act 2002 and its relevancy to a renewable energy project. 6.9, that is 6.9 is federal requirements. Usually explains the federal requirements that developers and project managers needs to follow while carrying out renewable energy projects. 6.10 is Planning Act 1990. So overview of the Planning Act 1990 and its importance in the context of renewable energy projects are discussed here. 6.11 is municipality specific regulatory matters. Sorry. So this section covers the municipal specific regulatory matters relevant to renewable energy projects. And lastly, the 6.12, this section explains the regulations concerning transmissions, distribution lines, and grid connections for renewable energy projects. So moving forward, actually the green energy uh, green energy plan have some links to other acts too. It's like green energy planning is closely related to Planning Act 1990. Usually oversees land use planning policies such as zoning by law, official plans, and development approvals in Ontario. A renewable energy project must follow zoning bylaws and prompts must engage communities and submit development proposals under the approving jurisdictions of local municipalities. The approval process of renewable energy projects requires consideration of potential land use conflicts and compliance with provincial land use planning policies to obtain the necessary approval from the municipality council. So this is just sourced by the amending the renewable energy approvals regulation to help restore municipal authorities. So next is just some references to the all the source data you can find here. Yeah, so that's all. I think maybe you have a better understanding about this now. So, okay, thank you.